There's a reason no country wants a full-scale war with the United States. Threats are made, warnings are issued, rhetoric gets loud, but action? Action never comes. And that's not an accident. The U.S. mainland hasn't been invaded in over 8 decades. Enemies talk, analysts speculate, commentators argue. Yet behind the scenes, military planners across the world all reach the same conclusion. Starting a war with the United States would be the last mistake they ever make. Not because America is perfect, not because it's invincible, but because no other nation on Earth combines scale, speed, technology, experience, and endurance the way the United States does. And once you understand how that system works, you'll understand why no one wants to be the one who tests it. People say the U.S. military is big. That word doesn't even come close. The real power of the American military isn't the number of soldiers, it's the machine behind them. Most countries can mobilize forces. Few can sustain war. The U.S. military is designed not just to fight, but to keep fighting while others collapse under pressure. While some nations take days or weeks to move heavy forces, the United States can deploy rapid response units within hours. And when those units arrive, they don't arrive alone. They arrive with logistics, fuel, ammunition, intelligence, medical support, air cover, command networks. This is what breaks enemies. Wars aren't won by the first strike. They're won by who lasts longer. And America was built for endurance. On the ground, the U.S. military doesn't rely on a single weapon. It relies on systems. Take tanks. The M1 Abrams isn't just armor. It's a moving fortress. It's built to survive hits that would destroy most vehicles outright. But the tank isn't the terrifying part. What comes after is worse. Artillery systems that strike from miles away. Infantry equipped with night vision, precision optics, drones, and communication tools that turn chaos into clarity. This creates a battlefield where the enemy is seen before they can see you. The enemy is hit before they can respond. The enemy is exhausted while U.S. units rotate and resupply. Ground combat against the U.S. doesn't feel heroic. It feels unfair, and that's by design. Many countries have air forces. The United States has air dominance. Thousands of aircraft, fighters, bombers, tankers, surveillance planes, helicopters. But numbers aren't the threat. The threat is integration. American aircraft don't fight alone. They fight as part of a network. Stealth fighters detect targets before being detected. Sensors share data instantly. Targets are destroyed before the enemy realizes they've been locked onto. This is why fighting the U.S. in the air isn't strategy. It's volunteering. If air superiority is lost, everything else follows. And no nation wants to fight a war while blind. Most navies defend coastlines. The U.S. Navy controls oceans. Aircraft carriers aren't ships. They're floating air bases capable of launching full-scale wars thousands of miles from American soil. And they never travel alone. Each carrier is protected by destroyers, submarines, missile defense systems, support ships, thousands of personnel. But the scariest threat isn't what you can see, it's what you can't. Nuclear submarines that stay hidden for months, silent, untraceable, armed with weapons capable of changing history. You can't negotiate with what you can't find. That's why navies fear the United States. Distance used to protect nations. Not anymore. Intercontinental missiles erased geography. The United States can strike across the planet without moving a single soldier. And its missile systems aren't clustered. They're spread out, protected, and designed to survive a first strike. This creates deterrence, because no enemy can disable everything at once. And nuclear weapons? They exist not to be used, but to ensure no one dares escalate. There are no winners in nuclear war, only survivors who regret surviving. That's why direct war with the U.S. almost never happens. Underground bunkers used to mean safety, until bunker-busting weapons existed. Facilities buried under mountains can be destroyed. Command centers hidden deep underground can be neutralized. And then there are drones. Drones don't sleep. They don't get tired. They don't panic. They watch. They wait. They strike. And they do it without risking pilots. Modern war favors patience, and the United States has mastered it. Machines matter, but people matter more. Elite U.S. units are trained not just physically, but mentally, to make decisions under chaos, to act when plans collapse, to stay calm when everything goes wrong. Training removes the weak early. Only the durable remain. And unlike many militaries, the U.S. has something priceless: experience. Decades of real conflicts, real operations, real consequences. Experience cannot be faked. The most terrifying part of U.S. power isn't public, it's classified. Billions are poured into research every year. New technologies, new systems, new doctrines. Enemies study what they can see, but what they can't see is the real danger. Because in war, surprise is a weapon, and America always keeps something hidden. Any country can threaten the United States. Few can fight it. None can fight it and win. Because when America commits, it commits fully. And when it decides a conflict is over, it's over.